What is up, guys? All right, what is up, guys? For real though, real diverse here, man. We're back with another video for Ahiru no Sora, man. Um, and before I get into that, what is up? If you are new and welcome back. If you're returning, we're gonna do a review of the most recent episode. I think it was episode 39. Cannot remember the name of the title, but I think it was episode 39. So almost close to episode 40s now. Almost non-stop since this series has started, and except that like 1 week we had to wait, or like 2 weeks for the next episode, which happened only one time. So yeah, they've been really on the ball with this. So yeah, that's like what, like 39 weeks basically since this animes came out. But anyways, yeah, yeah, let's get into this review though. So this episode, first and foremost, I kind of just flat out said that they were gonna have a game, and pretty much the whole episode was gonna be about that match. Last episode, which exactly happened, and I am very, I think this episode. Well, I'm very happy with the episode. Let me say that first, and I think this episode really, kind of was a breath of fresh air here in terms of what we're really here for, and what we're really here to see, and what we really enjoy in this series, and that is, um, tying in the sport of just not even basketball, but just a sport, and a lot of, in a sense, drama slash storytelling, right? Great story writing here mixed with sports, and it just makes for a really great anime. And that is really what this episode really kind of brought back in terms of what we've been missing for a minute, which is actually basketball in a sense, or just the act of a sport, right? So we've been getting, a lot of drama, but story writing and things like that. But we haven't really gotten to the focal point of this series, which is to play basketball and, things like that. So, yeah, but it was a great. If I could talk, it was just a great refresher of why we love this anime so much. But yeah, let's get into the episode itself. First, starting off, it started where it left off, which was the match about to begin. So the actual match had already begun a little bit once it started, between Yoko and Shimurako. Let me say it like that. Um, and yeah, so it's just basically, and this episode really showed me that Yoko is a great team, but notice they don't have that many star players, right? So you can literally count on your, like, it's like one hand their star players, right? So one, they have a center. I never caught his name, but they have a center, and he's probably like the worst player on their team that we're gonna probably see. But they have a center that is really nice, and obviously we have, who else do we have on here? Shimarashi. He was the point forward. So Shimarashi is the point forward, or Shira Ishii is how you say it. Shira Ishii is the point forward on our team. I think he was a second year, and then Fua is the orange haired kid and the freshman. And they have Yozen, who is the other short player, kind of like Sora. We have not seen him yet, but he is pretty much going to be the other star player on their team. And it's just really them four right there. The center, Shirashi and Fua and Yozen. Those four are kind of the stars on that team. You really don't really get, there's obviously the side, side characters and things like that, like the other guys going to be on the court, but obviously those four are going to be the main ones getting attention when it comes to the match, right? So, but yeah, great game here. And we've known Shimaraku since Shimaraku was the first team we were ever introduced in the series to. But after Kuzu, Shimaraku was the first team Kuzu went against. Let me say it like that, and it. It's still great to still see them in the series, and I think we've all kind of gained a even a bond with that team. We've kind of gained a bond with every team. The team really now that we all kind of, I guess the common enemy now is Yoko. Really, Yoko's the common enemy because we played against Sinjo already. Now we're cool with Sinjo. We played against Shimaraku early on. Now we're cool with them. And Yoko is the only team we haven't played, but Yoko's also the same team that's beat every other team. So it's kind of the common enemy between everyone right now. But yeah, they're just the team to beat. Let me say it like that. Maybe not a common enemy, but the team to beat right now. So yeah, but yeah, Sinjo was there. They had Katsumi and Koji there. So yeah, we got to see those two, and it's a little. We mentioned something else a little later there about that. What they were talking to Chiba at the end there, but yeah. Um, so yeah, match went on. Really, I mean, obviously you saw the match. It shouldn't be too much for me to describe in the actual game itself, because you watched it. But besides that, it just really showed us. And oh, let me go and say this now. So I don't think Sora and Neo knew this, but Kite was there, Chiaki was there, and Momo was there. So all those three guys were there. I don't think Sora and them knew, but those three guys were there, and there's a reason why. All of those, and that's what we're going to get into since we really can't get into the actual game aspect. But yeah, everyone pretty much showed out there on the game. Chiba and Tokui, uh, Toko Toki Wei, I think that's how you say it. Tokawa maybe. The That's the like the point guard on Shimuraku's team. I'm gonna just say for Shimuraku, just stop saying it so long. Just say Maru. That's for short. Cause I've seen them say that in it, so I know I can shorten it up. When I see them shorten it, I'm gonna shorten it. So Maru is short for Shimuraku. But yeah, so where we at? Okay, so yeah, getting to the game there, yeah, just a pretty even. It was almost a pretty even matchup team. Until basically like Yoko didn't even have like its best players in the game until like later. They were like, all right, Maru got the lead. Maru Hai got the lead, and so they're like Yoko was pretty much like, all right, we'll put Shirashi in, and then um Shirashi pretty much caught them back up. Then they were like, all right, let's finish this off. They picked Fua in, and then Fua pretty much finished it off and got them the lead, and they won. Like they literally had their, if you think about it, they had the bench like they didn't even have the real starters in there yet. If you really think about it, so it's kind of crazy when you really think about it. And like I said, once again, we really didn't see any other besides the center. We saw the center, but it just lets you know it's really a really small like cast here. It's like not every team has a full five that we care about. Each team maybe has like two important players that we care about. Obviously, we saw that with Shinjo's team, and we saw that with Shimuraku's team or Maru's team. They only have like two key players, and then basically Yoko has like really four. So or yeah, really like four. So they're like they have the most we've seen in a minute. But yeah, it just shows that Kuzu's team has the most complete team. It shows now the more I think about it, Kuzu has like a real five. Like their whole five is like really solid. So it's really makes you put in perspective how good they can really get to if they really build their team chemistry and obviously improve just a little bit. But yeah, back to the match though. So um, yeah, that basically I just explained what Yoko's strategy was there. Like I said, they didn't really have to try. They just like threw their best players in some point in the game just to get the win or whatever. Just felt just to show. I mean, that just right there just shows how dominant that team is, and that was really subtle. That was something you just kind of had to like notice how she Shirashi, if I can say that right. My goodness, how he just kind of came in, and then how Fua just kind of came in. So it was real subtle how they just like kind of came in and just won. But yeah. So Chiba and Tokui were pretty much doing their thing there. And even from the first time we met those guys, they were holding back then. So we really got to see their like full potential this game. And yeah, they are definitely on the level. Um, I mean, every star player we've seen is on like a level where I don't think that they're really just like better than the next, right? Chiba's pretty nice. I mean, Tokui he's solid. I mean, like he looks just as good to me as Shirashi. To be honest with you, only player that really just seems above everyone was Fua, and even Kite. kind of seems pretty close to him. So it just yeah, just everybody that's nice is just nice on their own right. So in a sense, it's like it's no real levels to it. Like his guy's better. It almost seems like every star player can probably score on the other star player, in my opinion. In this series or just story in general. But yeah, yeah, okay. I keep getting sidetracked. All right, let's get to what I was actually trying to talk about. During the game, there was things that each player, the three guys that were there, they all noticed, or they all really kind of got motivated by, or saw. So Kite's really wasn't much, but he was watching Fool again. He just really has this desire to beat him, and just he just really knows that he isn't just talented. He actually has worked on his game too, because he can't. It may look like he's just run throws his body around like he said, or in the he actually said this verbatim. It looks like he throws his body around, but he's actually using his muscles and stuff like pretty smartly or something like that to get the baskets. He needs fouls and ones and all that good stuff. Um, and maybe that might inspire Kite to also do some N1 type plays there. And was there anything else with Kite specifically? And yeah, but and he just it was something else at the end. We'll get to what Sora said at the end though. But yeah, Kite just really felt like Fua. He felt like he'd get back Fua back for what happened earlier. And then Chiaki was there, and he saw Shirashi play, and Shirashi, it was exactly what Nail wants Chiaki to become. He wants Chiaki. She wants Chiaki to be a point forward, which earlier I don't know why I didn't notice this. She was saying she wanted to move Chiaki. He wasn't at the ideal position, and at the time I was like, well, what position do you want to like make him or move him to? He does play well inside with center and doing all that stuff. He can get some post buckets, but then I was like, but we already have our two post players. So what could Chiaki do? And then it made perfect sense. Yeah, he could be a point forward. Once that came up, but at the same time, I don't think Chiaki can shoot at the level of Shirashi. But Sora also mentioned this. I don't want to. Should I jump ahead now or just wait to the end? Well, I maybe I'll come back. But Sora said that Chiaki's playmaking level actually was higher than Shirashi's. So, um, yeah, that's something to note there. But in terms of scoring wise, I don't know which one's better. Shirashi was definitely like a knockdown shooter in my opinion. But yeah, the other two. So who's that? Who else? Okay, and Chiba kind of just inspired Momo to just to be a better captain. Other than that, Momo didn't really get anything else from it. But just Momo, and then that's well, I guess if we can really consider like star players. I guess in our starting lineup, we really can't consider Momo a star player. He's there for one thing and one thing only, and that's rebounds and being the captain. And yeah, I don't know how. Mm, I'll hold my thoughts on that for now. But either way, yeah, he's looking to be a better captain, right? So that just kind of inspired him, seeing Chiba out there leading the team, as well as taking charge, and even when they lost, just keeping everyone's heads up, right? So just kind of motivational wise, taking notes there on what it takes to be a leader. In terms of that, was there anything else in the game that I really want to pinpoint? No, just seemed like everyone was really solid in the game. I enjoyed the match. Both teams were kind of really going at it. And I thought really Maru's High was gonna win. I really thought they were gonna win. I didn't foresee um them losing until that happened. So yeah, that was actually a surprise. It just looked like I should have known it was too good to be true. But yeah, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna say something here that I don't. Does anyone know if this is like the? Well, there is more. I guess I can talk about. Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait till I get to another discussion I have, and I'll bring this thought back up. But as far as the game goes, was there anything else I want to talk about? Shoot around. Okay, yeah, there is something else I want to bring back. I don't know why I never caught his name, but I'm sorry, forgive me. But you guys know what I'm talking about. The Yoko's coach, the one that tried to recruit Kai. Obviously, it's not hard to figure out without knowing his name, who I'm talking about. But yeah, Yoko's coach essentially, I noticed this. He essentially built. Mm, I want to careful when I say that because I don't really know. It just seemed like it, but maybe not. But it seemed essentially it felt like he built that team, Yoko's team, because just simply because of Shirashi, right? Shirashi was a player he taught in middle school and that came and played for him in high school, right? So it almost seemed like a similar situation like Shinjo's team was, how Koji and Katsumi, how they kind of recruited middle schoolers, right? And then that middle schoolers came to Shinjo's high, that's kind of what it felt like here, but it could have just be a specific one player case, and it may not be entirely the whole team. And obviously, we know Fua didn't come from he didn't get coached by him in like his younger years. But other than that, yeah, that could just be one specific case, but it could be a similar situation, like I said, to that Sinjo situation where he essentially taught middle schoolers that would come and play for him in high school. So maybe that could be the same deal there. But yeah, that was just a thought I had there. I think that's it. All I have for the game there. Besides, also, Koji said that Kuzu's team was explosive. That was how he described their team, and he also described Yoko's team the same. He also said they were explosive with just with a lack of teamwork. But he also he said both those teams were explosive, which yeah, could be a compliment. Foreshadow. I don't know what that means, but yeah, just want something to one. I just wanted to point out there really quick. Is there anything else? Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to mention there for the game. But yeah, great game, great solid animation there. Yeah, I really enjoyed that part of it, and I just remember. Oh, also that it was a dunk Fuwa had, and I thought that was pretty solid. And that's also a thought to me. Kite he seems tall enough and athletic enough to dunk, but he's never done it. I just, for some odd reason, just one of these days, just expected Kite to just yam it one time. But yeah, maybe he can't. But that was a pretty impressive by Fua because and she's like the same exact like height as Kite. So it's basically saying it's really just really showing how OP Fool is, or just how great of a player he is. Because not only does he have the skill and like talent, like jump shot, can drive and all of that stuff, he can also he has athleticism. So basically, that's another thing, he has athleticism. So yeah, just something I want to point out there. But yeah, let's get to yeah, that's it for the game. Like I said, just I like the animation. Really solid game. Really enjoyed that part of the episode. Really enjoyed the whole episode as a whole. It wasn't. Luckily, it wasn't another Monica episode. No, I'm just kidding. But so after the game, there was something I noticed, or I thought that was interesting, was the fact that Katsumi and Koji, they actually invited Kiba to come play with them and the at a university, right? So those three were all third years, right? They all lost, so they're all out of here, out the door. You know how that works in sports and just Japanese high school and stuff. How they only go to school 3 years, so those three were out, right? Koji, Kiba, and Katsumi all were, they're out the door on their way out. But so they're all going to college, right? And they're trying play. Well, they want Koji and Katsumi want to team up with Kiba in college. So that right there is really interesting to me because that could really expand on the story in a couple of years, right? So I don't know. I'm pretty sure in Japan their college system is like 4 years, like America, right? I'm pretty sure that their college is still 4 years. I could be wrong about that, but even if it's still 3 years, that's fine. But that also opens up a bigger story here, right? So they're adding in college. That was some Kuroko no Basket never talked about was college, which some they really could have really did. But anyways, it could really open up a new story about how maybe all of these guys we see now could end up on a team, on the same team one day. You know, you never know. They all could just end up, Kuzu's team, Shinjo, Yoko, Maru's. All these players could all probably end up on the same college team one day. You just never know. But it's just some a bigger story they could actually explore into later on if they ever decided to. But yeah, that would be pretty interesting to see as well. So, yeah. All right, and at the very end, basically, Neil was kind of asking Sora what he thinks about their game coming up, and Sora feels really confident still in his team. He feels like that basically, um, Kite's just as explosive as Fua, and like I said already with Chiaki, he's pretty much just as he's probably a better playmaker, and they have Mokichi, and he felt like no one really could stop Mokichi, and then obviously he feels like he can trust the boards with Momo, and just he feels like he could just shoot without hesitation, things like that. Basically just felt really confident in the team, and it made me think. It just kind of made me realize here that this is a question. If anyone keeps up with the manga, I do not. I don't keep up with Ahiru no Sora's manga. I just prefer to watch it rather than read it. My question here to the manga readers are: has the story ended yet for Hero no Sora? Because I happened to notice this when I was looking through. I wanted to make sure before this video I had the names right for some of these players. So I was looking at the character names and things like that, and there was only four teams in the character Wikipedia, right? And only four teams, and those four teams we've all seen, right? So that means that there is no team we haven't already seen. If that is the case, that implies to me that that means after Yoko and Kuzu's game is the series over? Is that that's just a thought that kind of popped in my head? Is that the end of the series? Is this final game or this practice game? Is this going to be the end of the series, or is there still going to be a intern high, or what's going on? Because ending the series after that game makes a lot of sense. I just don't know if that's what their plan is, or how so far the story goes. If they do go to the intern high, because think of this here, all right. If they lose to Yoko's team, okay, we'll just see him again at the intern high. But if they say they beat Yoko's team at this practice game, then what's the purpose of the intern high, right? So if you think about it like that, what would be the purpose if they can beat Yoko in this practice game? They should be able to beat any team on the way to the intern high and get there next year. So it would make sense that that if they won it, then that would be the end. If they didn't, then maybe the series keeps going on. But also, like I said earlier, there's this college thing, so they could actually explore further into that. So it makes me really compelled to read the manga. But that's just a quick question. Don't spoil anything. Just let us know. Does it end after the Yoko game? That is my only question for you guys. Does it end after the Yoko game? And yeah, because that would be pretty interesting there. But in terms of that, so. I have no really predictions for next episode. I have no clue what's gonna happen. Maybe more practice. I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what's coming next. It really didn't leave too much information to know after this episode ended. But I can guarantee you one thing. It is hopefully it's not like a fillerish episode. Yeah, cause after seeing this episode, man, I don't really want to go back to filler. Like I don't want another Madoka episode, right? Where we're looking for earrings and stuff, right? So no, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm sorry if you're one of the people that actually like that part of the story or whatever, but it's all jokes here, man. But yeah, I think that's it. I made this video way too long. I think we covered pretty much everything in the episode here, man. Just excited to see the next one. Also, guys, we got some other videos out. I'm gonna do a Fire Force episode. If you're interested in that, I'm gonna be doing that. Also, we got already Tower of God. I think a few other stuff. I can't even remember. Oh, God of High School. We got one of those out as well as some few other ones. So yeah, go ahead and check them other videos out. Also, guys, please leave a like and comment and subscribe if you want to see more, man. We do this every week.